Today is Wednesday, July 17th, 2019. Here's an update to the garden. So this little guy's doing well. I still haven't built the trellis for it yet, but it's reaching. Still putting out new flowers too, which is cool. Tomatoes are doing well. There's quite a bit in there. Not too many red ones. We've been picking them as they come up. I've kind of moved things around a little bit through the pothos down here because I figure in the fern as well. Not much sun gets down here thanks to the tomatoes and the fence, but it gets pretty good moisture, so he's doing alright. This guy's doing fine. Have him down here too. Put the hydrangea over here as well. He's doing well in this little cubby. And Callias is down there. Pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. Callias. Quite a few of these guys have flowered. I don't think there's too many more. There's another guy right there though. The aloe's doing fine. Peppers are doing great. So we got tons of peppers coming on. Quite a few. Another one back there. Bell pepper still doesn't have anything coming up on it. See, this tomato is kind of fun. It's like putting out a bunch of cherries, but it's also putting out actual tomatoes. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm not complaining. See, the cayenne's putting out quite a few peppers. I didn't even notice them on here until the other day. Apparently we've had them for quite a while because these guys are really long. There's quite a few of them. So let's see. So we put these bird feeders up here, which means bird feed seed has been spilling down. So as I've been sweeping it across, it's been popping up along the edge, which is fine. I'll just trim it as it goes. It's nice and green and pretty. All the morning glories have been popping up like nutso. You can see them all over there. Zucchini's doing fine. Kind of looks the same, I'm sure. There's little zucchinis coming in. They're not too big, but they're zucchinis. I pulled up this flower and those flowers are the gaberas because they're just died off in the heat. See, the begonia is doing just fantastic. It's growing out a couple more inches, which is really cool. Catnip's not doing that great, so I threw it over here and it's starting to come back a little bit, which is nice. Thought it was done for. I threw the corn over here too to kind of block some of the sun from the beans. Sorry, I keep sniffling. See that cat down there? This one Tara's been befriending, trying to get captured so she can neuter it and release it. Well, not personally neuter it, but you know, she's doing the right thing. These flowers are all spreading a lot still. Trimmed back a lot of the cabbages. This guy's still kind of stunted. He never grew that big compared to all of his buddies. Oxalis is doing really well back here. Actually, the hibiscus is doing really well too. It hasn't flowered this year or last year, which is a shame. They get these really pretty flowers on it. Let's see. The beans are doing fine. I think they're kind of at the end of the road because I'm pretty sure these are more of a spring crop, but that's fine. We got maybe 4 or 5 total dinners from it, which is really nice. Tara loved them. So you got more of the morning glories popping up over here. I trimmed back a lot of the old radishes, so now it's like all bare in here. Still got this dill, which is funny that hummingbirds really like it. He'll sit right there on his perch. See, the sunflowers, I cut the tops off because we're drying out for the seeds. So we got a couple of those, but this guy bloomed. One of the assorted sunflowers, the only one that popped up besides the mammoths, which is nice. And we got all these morning glories, which are really pretty. Most of them are kind of painted like this, which is cool. Like, just notice this one has a slight mutation, which is really neat looking. Purple on one side and white painted on the other. And this guy's just pure white. See the pickle down there. So yeah, the cucumber plant doing pretty well. We just harvested a huge one. Like, it's hard to show with the camera, but it was pretty big, a good 6 inches long, which is the biggest one we've had so far. Harvested up the okra. I think I left it on there too long before I harvested it because when I ate it, it was woody as all hell. It was I don't know, I've cooked okra before and it never came out woody like that. So maybe I waited too long or not long enough. Strawberry patch is doing fine. All the runners are still out. As you can tell, I trimmed back the cabbage quite a bit, which is good. The cabbages are they're in there doing fine. There's a nice head of cabbage in there. I don't know when to harvest those, so I should check that here soon. Corn's doing great. It's got these big old leaves on it, so those are fun. Everything back there is doing well. Kind of reorganized things over here since maybe 2 videos ago, but it's all doing quite nicely. Even like the scrap ones are blooming up now, which is really cool. Lavender back there is fine. The thyme is. Still don't know what that guy is. I just haven't looked it up. See, the compost is growing and growing. It's got all those cabbage leaves in there. Let's see. Some more morning glories. Tons and tons of them. So we got the onions. I've been checking on those. So you get a little onion right in there. Got some more in here. They're little guys, but there's a couple of good sized ones coming in, like right there. And then I felt down into here for this big guy, and there's a good sized onion in there. Let's see, we got some cherry tomatoes in there. You see a little red. It's coming up the trellis, which is fun. The morning glories, the tomato, and the cucumber are all going up the trellis, which is fun. I'm not really worried about it. They were all kind of scrap ones. So I know you got the pickle coming up, and you got the flowers and the tomatoes. I gotta pick this sunflower soon, get all the seeds out. Kind of a trip. This is what tripped out Tara, was you kind of move this stuff out of the way. You got all the seeds underneath. It's kind of fun. See, the tank's doing well. It's really green right now. I just did a change yesterday, but it's the coloring this time of day. The sun doesn't really hit it, so it just turns green. But it'll kind of clear out more like the bird bath does by about midday. It's doing really well. Like, it's kind of hard to tell, but all the Anacris in there is just going nutso. Like, there's one strain I got to take out right here that's a little bad, but all the rest are really thick and healthier than hell. Oh, here's a little one of the little mushrooms that was popping up in the spring. Not too many of them left. So, we got the morning glories coming all the way up the tree, which is fun. I was really hoping that they would. Kind of gives us a little more color pops. I'm going to be harvesting all these seeds, and I'm going to plant them a little bit better next year. Definitely I'm not going to plant them in the garden like I did like with this. I got a little crazy thinking how big things might get or not get. But yeah, not too many changes. Everything's just doing really nicely. And today is July 17th, Wednesday, 2019. This is my little garden we got going. Really just an experiment. I feel like next year's garden will be even better.